Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to another Sunday Satsang. And today's really special, and as you can tell, we're mastering forgiveness. So the main theme here is going to be letting go. And I guess you could also say compassion, but there's nothing more important than learning how to properly forgive. Now, I know there's a modern saying that goes forgive and forget, but that's really not the point. And when we do just forgive and forget, we're bound to repeat. So, the most important part about today's meditation is going to be to relax, to recognize, and to heal. So, go ahead and get those last few wiggles out. If you need to, get a big stretch. And I know I needed that. Some clicking and popping. And when you hear the first three taps of the bell, take a nice deep inhale. Allow the breath to transform into an Om with your exhale and release. Before we begin, take a nice deep breath here. And a loving and effortless sigh of relief. Now, with a smile on our face, we shall begin. Allow yourself to simply let go in this moment. Be in the now. Shift your attention away from the bodily sensations and turn it inwards towards your own awareness. Fall in love with the inner search, the stillness. When you hear this next tap of the bell, simply shift your attention to the sound of the bowl as it rings, into the silence as it fades, remaining in the calm and stillness. As you remain resting, allow your breaths to take in the tension, the past pains, the present angst, and the future tensions away from the body with each exhale. Each breath you take in draws in more and more relaxed energy. From the toes to the tip of the head, the body becomes calm. Marinating in a cloud of golden light, we allow ourselves to relax the feet, the calves and shin, the thighs, the glutes. And as we exhale, we drop away all tension in the lower part of our body. Our next breaths calm and relax the gut, the back, the entirety of the chest and the shoulders. As that golden light covers the arms, the biceps and triceps calm, the forearms release any tension, and the hands simply drop into relaxation. The neck eases any tensions and lets go, and all the tensions in the face and the head melt away. With our next deep breath, shift your attention to the wrongs, that you have committed, to the wrongs that have been done unto you. In this relaxed and loving state, we cleanse ourselves with our own manifestation of light and love, the inner harmony of our pureness. We must come to recognize that when we hold on to such resentments, sorrows, judgments, and assumptions, we hold ourselves back from truth, from peace, from love. Just as anger acts as a poison that we solely drink ourselves, projecting onto others. When we cannot forgive not only those who have wronged us and others, but ourselves, we too partake in that drinking of poison. The ultimate truth to recognize is that we are each beings unfolding and partaking in this great mystery of life. We have no right to judge others. We all know how we want things to be, but that is not a fact of life. We must lovingly and compassionately accept this knowing. The laws of karma in the universe operates in a particular way. When we cease to learn, life will continually repeat the lessons before we can move on to the next phase of knowing and understanding. In order to truly take steps forward in life, we must learn every lesson we can of our past. With your next breath, fall into the space of the heart. Allow the love to shine, the weightlessness to be observed, and your own inner light shine. As you gaze compassionately inwards, think of someone who has harmed you, who has wronged you, the one being in which you have the most resentment towards. Allow yourself to hold a mirror up to them, up to yourself. Build these bridges of compassion through understanding. Again, remind yourself, we are all beings carrying our past pains. We are all dancing this great mystery of life, We're all immersed in this divine play of expression. Not one of us knows the answers to everything. It's here we must be vulnerable to ourselves. We must not be foolish and tell ourselves they did their best, for that is not true. Very few in this world fully have given their 100% and beyond. But simply put, they did what they did. That is life. To hold on to the past with the desire that it was something else is insanity. We must fully accept what happened to us, to them, and all of the experiences in between. This is how we let go. The only aspect of life that is within your control and your power to change is you. So abandon such concepts that you are responsible for others. For each being is their own unique manifestation and expression of the One, of life itself. The only things we can do for ourselves in such moments is to learn everything we can about the experience, about ourselves, to empower, to heal, and to transform that pain into power, that suffering into strength, that ignorance into wisdom. Ultimately, in all of these lessons, we must first forgive ourselves. So, what holds you back from doing such things? Question diligently what the mind presents you. Poke holes in its theories as often as you can, for the imagination is nothing but suggestion. And so often it likes to twist its finger around our heartstrings, to pull at these pains. But the ego, so to speak, is but the antagonist to continue this plot of self development and knowing. With your next breath, fully direct your compassion and attention inwards towards yourself. What is it that you beat yourself up over? Is it the wrongs of the past? Their carryover into the present? Past actions, mistakes, flaws? Look within. Shine your light of love on everything. Just as you are the keeper of your own peace, you are the only being capable of letting go. Here we must thoroughly question why. Like the curious child and children we are, be relentless in your search, for it will reveal to you the many lessons and keys to your kingdom of liberation, of understanding, and most importantly, letting go. Because when we learn about ourselves and about this universe, this great experience and mystery called life, we effortlessly let go. Just as when the child learns to tie their shoes, they don't go back to walking around with laces undone. Just as you learn to read, once you've obtained that knowledge, you simply build upon it. Forgiving ourselves is the first step to ending all judgments towards others. For we come to intimately know our flaws, our strengths, and everything in between that requires attention, nurturing, development, and discipline. First and foremost, we must be accountable, responsible for everything we've done in life. But understand that this is a loving action, for it ends the future chaos and pain. For the developmental path of life for those that aren't accountable and responsible for their own being and operation in this world. One can only learn through suffering and chaos. But when we take this loving step inwards, we transform that path into a process of learning through love. Forgive yourself of everything and all things. Learn why you did them, what you did. Most importantly, the lessons so you never repeat them. Allow yourself to look deep within yourself. Have no fear. Carry no doubt. For you are the only being capable of such transformation and change. Take a long, deep breath here. As you take in all the information, gazing inwards and reflecting upon the past, release the tensions with this breath. Take one more deep breath here, allowing the mind to recollect, process, and let go. Release the next exhale. One more deep breath here. As you draw on that light and love and vital energy around you, nourish each and every cell with your attention of affection. And as you exhale, drop away into the stillness and calm of now. It's important to understand and recognize fully that you are the kingdom that all have searched for. It resides in this intangible space of being. And for you to hold on to any and all resentments towards others and yourself serve as chains locking up this kingdom of peace and love. For when we ultimately forgive all others and ourselves, not only do we learn the lessons to not repeat the mistakes, but we open up the heart of compassionate love, of understanding love, non-judgmental. And it's here in which lies the greatest challenge for all of those spiritual aspirants in this path of unfoldment and healing. For not only are you tasked with protecting yourself so your love doesn't get abused, but you are also tasked with the journey of healing and leading by example, to build bridges of union where many would burn them away, to be patient, loving, and kind when others would cast out and act with shame. But understand that this is the greatest road towards liberation. For when we forgive others, when we forgive ourselves, we take part in the path of accountability, of learning, and assimilating those knowings into a divine strength uncomparable to anything else this world has witnessed. For as human beings resting upon the seat of your soul, the heart, your compassion, your love, your light is your greatest power. With this next tap of the bell, draw in that loving energy around you. And like a lighthouse, a beacon, shine forth your unique light of love as you proclaim a calm, gentle, yet powerful as your own chant of forgiveness, of healing, of wisdom, and of love, to melt away the tensions and pains of others in this world, and to strengthen your own love and light of self. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. If you enjoyed that meditation, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Now, I did have a question that I told the individual paying. Shout out to you. Great questions always. That he left on the Wednesday Satsang video. And I addressed it briefly, but I really find this as an amazing question and incredibly important to kind of clarify and just kind of expand upon a little bit. Because it ties into this lesson of forgiveness in which we covered today. And he asked, what is the top or highest benefit of practicing meditation? And I love that because each and every person's motivations for going inwards to transform, to heal, to change, whatever it is going to be different. However, we're all going to gain self-knowledge. I think that's the most important or top. Like, if I had to break it down objectively, that's just what's happening. We're gaining knowledge of self. And it's in this same light of mastering forgiveness that is the ultimate lesson. Because when we can heal ourselves, when we can recognize and shine the light onto our flaws, we can transform them. No being is perfect, but that doesn't mean we can't master our imperfections and transform them into a strength. Now, I think one of the best things to recognize here is anytime we look within, we're ending the rat race and kind of normal personhood pattern, so to speak, of the exterior or external blames and conflicts. There's so many things that people blame others for. And yes, there are some acts in which are terrible to do to other people, but that has nothing to do with you. When other people project that type of pain and negativity out into the world, that's their pain. And I've actually had this type of conversation with people who have been abused as children, and I myself have gone through my own abuse as a child. But this is where we bring back to the point of, I very much dislike and disagree when people say, but they did their best. No, they didn't. How do you know, first off? Most people don't do their best, they simply do what they know. And that's one of the most powerful things about the power of compassion, but also forgiveness. And as I just mentioned earlier, the most important part and reward of spirituality and internal development, meditation, whatever you want to call it, is self knowledge. Because you understand the things that you have that are flaws were ingrained in you. The same pains that people project and put out into the world, those were ingrained in them. And when you come to understand that some people aren't so fortunate to be courageous as you are, to take part in this internal looking, your heart reaches out and breaks for them because they still live in here. They still live in those past pains. There's nothing more important for you than to take this internal looking and transform those flaws into your powers, into your strengths, because then you can actually heal through your very being. You don't have to preach. You don't have to make a YouTube channel like myself. I just do this for my profession, so I try to help as many people as I can. That's just my nature. But when you simply go out into the world and you open a door for someone, you say please and thank you. You ask them, how are you doing? You don't realize it's those subtle actions of your own grace that cut right through the darkness and hit right into the heart. And that's the power of what we're doing, because self knowledge illuminates. It allows all the other, subsequential things of, the liberation, the letting go, the happiness, the calm, the peace, the love. It allows all those things to bloom, to blossom, so to speak, because self knowledge is what clears the ground of all doubt. It clears the ground of all conditioning. And when we remove that, it's like we were kids again, except we're not as dumb because we know more. um, but yeah, if anyone else has any questions, this is a great time, because this is probably one of the greatest and most difficult teachings for people on the spiritual path. I'm going to be fully honest with you, because it requires you to let go of judgment. When we hold on to past pains, we're also assuming that those people haven't changed. And that's probably one of the biggest traps for most, is when we feel like, oh no, they do this, they do that. Yeah, they've done it. Doesn't mean they're going to keep doing it. All we can do is be patient, be that being of peace, especially for those with close relationships to them where they've been wronged and pained. All you can do is just be patient. It doesn't mean you need to open up your heart and be like, come in, you can hurt me again. But it just means that you're not projecting anything on them. You're actually hearing them. Instead of assuming, you're asking questions. So don't give up, you beautiful light and soul. You're a powerful being. And when you really capitalize on this inner looking and learn to forgive yourself, oh my gosh, I can't express it to you enough. Doorways of opportunity just unfold before your very eyes. Because ultimately, the only being in which we can fully understand is ourselves. And if you're not forgiving yourself of a past pain, you're holding yourself back from a path of healing, of liberation, of understanding, recognition, growth, development, whatever it is. But you're the keeper of your own peace. You hold the keys to your inner kingdom. So leave no stone unturned in your inner looking. And know that when you have resentments towards others, It is but a reflection and projection of something that you're holding on within yourself. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, that in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and I love you so much. Thanks for tapping in. Hit the like, smash the like button, as they like to say on this platform. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and if you can, just tell someone you know you love them. Take it easy. Love you so much. See you Wednesday. Peace.